morning. My name is Justice Moore. Today we will be conducting an unclassified brief on accountability and the leader. Risk assessment is low. In case of a fire, you will exit the door behind you on your left. We will meet on the end of the second parking lot. In case of an active shooter, we will hide against the wall and we will stay there until we are told it is all clear and safe to leave. Be aware of all tripping hazards such as cables, chair legs, and table legs. Accountability and leader. During this presentation, we will cover what it is to be a leader, what it is to be accountable, and the effects of an accountable leader. What is a leader? A leader is anyone who inspires and influences people to accomplish their goals. The attributes of a leader. The attributes of a leader is character. An example of a good character trait is integrity, doing the right thing even when no one's watching. Another one is presence. You must be there for those under you, even if you don't want to be or don't necessarily truly have to be. Examples of this are trainings and extracurricular activities within your organization. These will not only allow your soldiers to view you and see you and build relationships, but it will also allow you to see where your soldiers are individually and what they need to build on. Another one is intellect, being able to think on your feet. And one fairly obvious one is being able and capable to lead others. You must be willing to develop those under you. And ultimately, and importantly, you must be able to accomplish the goal and achieve the tasks that are at hand. There's a man by the name of John C. Maxwell who wrote a book called The 5 Levels of Leadership. This pertains to this because as leaders, we should strive to be 4-level leaders. And this also directly connects to the attributes and everything that we went over in the last slide. Level 1 in the 5 levels of leadership is position. This is when those under you follow you because you are put in a position above them. An example of this is an E4 or an E5 with no experience as a leader being put in a leadership position. Those under them will follow them because they're under them and that's what they're supposed to do. Level 2 is permission. This is when those under you follow you because they like you. This is often a result in building a relationship and a rapport with those under you. Level 3, production. This is when those under you follow you because what you have done as an individual. An example of this in my MOS would be a combat medic patch or an EFB patch. These two patches or things that you as an individual have earned give off a perceived level of knowledge in your subject matter and experience. These two key components are good ways for those who first meet you, give you more respect, and ultimately make them more willing to follow you. Level 4 in the 5 levels of leadership is people development. This is when those who follow you because of what you have done for them. This is very important, and it also goes back to the attributes as a part of develops. By what you have done for them, that means helping them with their PT test, or going to rifle calls with them, improving their marksmanship, building them up and giving them the tools it takes for them to, in the future, become leaders. And the final level is personhood. The reason why I said earlier that you should strive towards being a level 4 leader is because it includes step levels 2 and 3. And if you do all of these properly, then ultimately level 5 will come naturally. Level 5 personhood is the final step in the leadership program because at this point it is usually towards the end of you leading those individuals. An example of this would be a sports team or a coach at a Super Bowl. So at the end of the game, they're all done, they've worked their hardest, the coach has brought them there to that point, and they throw that sports drink on them. It's because they're thankful and they acknowledge what that person has done for them to bring them to that moment. Accountability. What is accountability? To be accountable is a person, organization, or institution required to or expected to justify actions and decisions. Being accountable. There are three main ways as leaders we are expected to be accountable. We're expected to be accountable to our subordinates, our seniors, and ourselves. We are being accountable to our subordinates by not only knowing where they are and taking accountability for their actions, but directly holding them accountable and making sure that they maintain the standard that is required of them. We must be accountable to our seniors by keeping them informed and knowledgeable of everything that's going on. It is our duty and our responsibility to ensure that the chain of command is enforced. And ultimately, we must be accountable to ourselves and for ourselves. This not only includes our actions, but how we act. We must hold ourselves to the standard and lead by example. We are the tip of the spear. We are direct level leadership. We are what the new enlisted see when they come in the army. Importance and the effect of an accountable leader. Well, the reason why this list is so simple because it can go either way. If you are an accountable leader, you will gain trust, respect, and those above you will view you as reliable, as well as those below you. If you are not an accountable leader, you will lose trust, respect, and will not be viewed as someone who is reliable. And examples of this is on the good side is if you are an accountable leader, then those under you will view you as reliable, and those above you will view you as reliable. So, and as a result of this, you have less oversight or less attention spent on you from those above you, leaving you more space and room for productivity. Respect. Those under you respect you, then they are more willing and more open to follow you and listen to you. And as a whole, this will increase the morale and overall esprit de corps in your unit. During this presentation, I have covered what it is to be a leader, what it is to be accountable, the ways and attributes of being a leader, and the ways of being accountable. We've also covered what is the effect of an unaccountable and an accountable leader and their importance. Any questions? That concludes my brief. You are dismissed.